to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need when I'm blowing on them.
What up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later, episode number 342. It's your boys D, Luis Cortez Jr., and we are. I always appreciate Luis when he's here because I feel like there's always something going on as far as like right now, the NHL is going on, and he's still here. So he has to watch it in the peripheral while still giving us his attention. So I really appreciate it, Luis. A week. It's been quite a week. There's a lot of things that have been going on. So I don't know where you want to get started. I can check a couple of things. You know what? I'm trying to think right now because I remembered I forgot to send myself my notes. So it's going to have to be off the dome. You have anything that we can start off with?
Nah, bro. Just thanks for having me again. What's up with what's up, food? Taco Tuesday, you already know. I got my nice gear on here already. Go, let's get this game on. You got my undivided attention. If I see something, I might scream. But yeah, I'm here. I'm dedicated. I'm here for the people out there. Very interesting. You know, I already know. I'm sure we got a lot to get into today. But I think it's funny. I don't know what episode it was, but it was a while back. I think when I first joined you that Cavino started listening to me. He always listened, but I made it a point to say something about John Dillerman. And they were talking about him the other day again. I thought that shit was hilarious. And like I went back and Googled and YouTube some shit because like it's so fucking funny how like people like this show was actually on TV and shit. And I know for those of you guys who don't know, I think it's in Sweden or something. There's a show about a guy who has this long schlong, and he does like he's like a superhero in a way. Like he rescues, like he does like. He saves things around the town and shit.
He's like MacGyver with the freaking with the schlong dong and ding dong. I had showed somebody the show, right? The like little trailer, and they're like, I didn't tell them what it was about. I just said, hey, check out this cartoon, right? And they're like, okay. They're like, he's like doing a bunch of shit with this snake, and I'm like, yeah, it's not a watch. And they were like, what? And I was like, and I told them what it's about, and they're all, oh dang. I was like, yeah, that's why it's cool that he's getting into all these different adventures and stuff with his schlongadonga ding dong. So John Dillerman, if you're interested,
it's a trouser snake to be real.
It was a what?
It's a trouser snake.
Oh yeah, exactly, right.
This is why the boys don't want to be affiliated with us.
Yeah, the more that we actually think about it, we're like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, man. Let me if I was gonna
get into it, bro. What you got?
Oh, you know what? My new favorite impression is has to be Cavino. That my new favorite Cavino impression has to be Cavino talking as Michael Jackson and Tito Jackson talking to each other, like where he's like, man, Michael, he's like, Daddy's gonna beat us, and he's like, oh, Tito, or whatever. Dog, just the conversations he has back and forth are so damn funny, and it cracks me up because like even when I think about like the Jacksons in American Dream, and it had like all the brothers, right, and Michael being the little one, and it's just so funny because like they were always like cooler black dudes, like I mean Michael obviously is black, but you know he's Michael. So when they're like, oh, come on, Mike, whatever. Like to me, Cavino just he embodies that coolness that the brothers are. So I love it, and I feel like it's gone a little bit under the radar. I dig it though.
Yes, but he's like, oh, Mike. He's like, oh, Michael, you got a monkey. He's like, yeah, I got a monkey. Whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking about.
Oh, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. I love it, Doug.
You know what's funny? And that just gets to something else about the show. Like, I'm sure, and I don't want to talk about too much in case Senora Hortensia listens, but the whole thing with Cavino's mom, and she was getting down on the mic with the mariachi.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did. It was for their Tia Alicia's like 97th birthday or something like that.
Right. And so I seen this one posted it, and I chatted back to him like, bro, I'm like, this shit hits like in el corazón, because like it reminds me of my family. For like that's what everyone has a tia or your mom or someone like, oh, here comes fucking Aunt Becky on the mic, like, that's her food. And it's funny how like the whole story that Cavino was saying, like, oh yeah, like she doesn't like to do it. Like, bro, you get the fuck out of here. Like she's over there like hitting all like, oh, like yeah, right. Like, I think she loves that shit.
You
And,
know,
like Cavino says, like,
no, my favorite
Right.
part of that, dog, is how she was exactly how Cavino is. Very, like, resistant.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're just like, once you get into it, you know you love it. Like, you can't even front.
I get that. Like, and when Cavino says, like, hey, I'm not your fucking monkey. Like, I hate when people tell me what to do. Like, I think I'm funny. So I'm like, hey, food, say something. I'm like, fuck you, bro. I'm going to say or do it when I want, not because you told me and shit. So I get that aspect of Cavino. And, like, I guess that kind of comes from his mom, too. Like, but, you know, once you get going, like, I like to sing and play guitar and shit. So, like, people know, hey, let's go karaoke. And, like, you for you. And I'm like, nah, I'm chill. But if I'm in the vibe and I'm doing my own, like, I'll go over there with nobody even noticing. I'll put my name on the list and shit. And then I'll bust down there, like, hey, and then I like that feeling. Like you, fool, you sang at the CRC meetup, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're all about it, fool. You're like, I want to go out there. Like, me, I need a little bit of encouraging.
But no, you know
myself,
what,
you know. But
you know what's funny about that though, dog, is that's the first time I ever did that. Like ever. I had never done like karaoke or anything like that ever. And so to me, it was just like, oh yeah, like let's do this. But it wasn't like something I'm like super comfortable with. It was just I had a couple of drinks in me and I was like, fuck it, let's go, you know?
and it was fun, but that just reminded me of like my mom, my tias and shit. Like, especially growing up, like Mexicans, like, bro, someone was always singing at your fucking house. Like, even my mom was just cleaning, the music was on, she was in her vibe, or like when there was a party, or like, I mean, we did karaoke before it was karaoke. Fool, you would just put the video on YouTube or something. Like, you had to look up the lyrics. It wasn't even like websites for lyrics back then. I don't know how you did it. You just did it. Actually, I do. Back then, the CDs and shit had the lyrics on them. I know we talked about that before. Like, so if you had the lyrics, you had them. If not, you knew them.
Yeah, Doug, I remember even, I mean, I know this is like a common like thing about people that grew up in the 90s and stuff, but we would stand by the radio and like try to write down the lyrics, or freaking even if you recorded the song, because like you heard it on the radio and you recorded it where you hit like what was it, play and record or whatever. Right, you would hit that and then you'd rewind it, play it again. To dog, there were so many lyrics that I wrote down that later found out weren't even the right lyrics. So it's just crazy. We grew up in a different time.
Yeah, I think that tripped me out, at least today, that I thought it was funny because everyone has a name for it. But this was, we're talking about Shreking, or Cavino said hogging.
Yeah.
Like, you want to give us some backstory?
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So I guess there's a trend going on right now where I missed the first part of it. So I don't know if women are doing it or men are doing it, but the trend is that you're into somebody, right? Or not even like into them, but you seek somebody that is below where, like, say you're like a 6, right? And if you're a 6, you're probably shooting for a 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, right? So they're saying like, hey, if you're a 6 or 7, you should shoot for like a 3 or 4. But if the 3 or 4 cooks for you, cleans the house, whatever. So it's called Shreking. You basically shoot down looks wise than from what you would normally go for, but because they can make up for it in other parts, just like the way, like a lot of, money, right? If you're a dude, right? So a chick looks at a dude, the more money he has, he's a little hotter, right? The more handsome he is, he's a little hotter, right? The freaking, the this or that, the cooler job he has, a little hotter, right? So they're kind of saying like, doing that, but as far as like lifestyle, what could they do for you like in the home or whatever? Are they always washing? Are they always ironing? Are they always making dinner? And so Shreking, did you hear the part of if it was chicks Shreking dudes or dudes Shreking chicks? I don't remember.
I think the term in itself, I think it can go either way, but they were talking about like basically more attractive women getting burned by the looks maxing motherfuckers, and they're tired of that. So they turn in, the hotter the person is, the more crazy they are. We all know that chart exists. We all know that shit. But so that's what they're saying. You got a pretty hot girl, got everything going on. She's tired of getting played or fucked around by the looks maxing fools. So then she she then herself goes, turns it down, and it comes to like a normal guy or a lesser guy because like, oh, but he's nice to me and he won't cheat on me, and when I come home, he rubs my feet or does the things that I guess Alex Maxine Food might not. And so I thought it was funny because like I think Cavino called it hogging. And that's probably what they used to use in the East Coast or back in the day too. And then Spas had his version. He said it's a barrio princess. And I just thought, I don't know if you like, did you and your homies have like a name for it or a thing like back in the day growing up that you used to call it, or
I don't think we did. I don't think we had a name for it because I had never. I mean, I know, especially like with women, right? They'll date a 90-year-old dude if he's loaded, right? So I'm like, we knew it happened, but it was like we never had like a term for it. Did you say you guys did? I missed if you said like you and your homies did.
It was more like, and then people heard this, like we would just like, hey, like you're scootering, or it's the scooter theory, right? Like it's all good until your homies see you, kind of thing. Like it's lame if you ride a scooter, right? But if you're by yourself, you're like, actually, it's fun as fuck. No fancy bike.
That's so funny.
That's two different things. So yeah, but then you're on a scooter, it's all lame as fuck, and your homies see, you're like, weak ass fool, like what a scooter. We would kind of say that, and but whatever. Fool, sometimes we were the grenade, right? I mean, that's some East Coast shit. Like, hey, you gotta jump on the grenade for you're taking the grenade home, right? Most of the time, it was just to help your homie out or whatever, or because you were lonely and that's all you got.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny though because we never had that. But it's funny that I mean, like you said, like you and your homies had like scootering, and I had never even heard that. It was just kind of like, I don't know, dog. You just kind of didn't advertise it or some shit. I don't know. Like it wasn't like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up because
it wasn't definitely something you wouldn't want to be all blabbing about.
Yeah, it wasn't like if you say your girl before that was like a fucking 10, right? And now you're with the 2, but she freaking makes you dinner and shit. You're like, all right, dog. Or so I mean, I can see, but it was just like we never had like a name for it or anything like that. There was something, dog, that I know we typically bag on Rich, and we'll get there because there's something I do want to talk about. However, something that he was getting like a lot of shit for that I didn't think that was that big of a deal. I really did not think it was that big of a deal. Was when he paid for Police Academy. So.
Oh yeah.
He said that him and Sarah watched or were gonna watch a movie or I don't know what. And he paid like $2 to rent Police Academy. And he had said, like, well, what do you do if it's like on none of the streaming platforms? Me personally, I probably would have went to like 123movies.com or whatever, where they have like everything that's ever been in existence. But if you're Rich Davis, I mean, even sometimes, dog, if I don't want to spend the time, I'll just say, okay, well, fucking rent it or whatever. But you rent it for $2 and then you move on with your life. So they were bagging on him like, Police Academy? Bro, but out of all movies, you won't watch this, but you'll rent Police Academy. It's just like, I don't know, who gives a fuck? Like it was $2. If Rich would have paid even like $29, right? Which is still like, it's $29, whatever. But if Rich would have paid, I would have been like, for real, dog? I would have thought about that before I would have bought it. But it was like $1.99 or $2.99 or whatever it was. It was like, just rent the damn movie and watch it if you wanted to watch it. Me personally, I've never seen Police Academy. I remember my dad loved the Police Academies and loved that Winslow dude, the fucking black dude that made all the voices and shit. Hold on. Mm-hmm. And I was gonna call him Carl Winslow, but that was the dad from Urkel. So Michael Winslow, I think was his name. So dog, I'm like, I could see, I don't know, dog, Rich is older than me. Maybe he grew up watching that shit. I don't know. Like, I never watched it, but if it was something like from my childhood or something I'm like wanted to watch with my lady, I could see myself paying $1.99 or $2.99. Just fuck it, just throw it on there. Like there was even I think during Christmas we like bought off of like Amazon for like $2.99 or some shit, like Grinch, like the Christmas one, so my daughter could watch it or some shit, or Elf or some shit like that. It was some Christmas themed movie, and it's like fuck it, just throw it to the Amazon or whatever. So I know obviously they got to give him a hard time because, well, I mean, that's what a show's about, right? Making content, creating content. But at the same time, I didn't think it was that big of a deal for I mean, to pay the couple of bucks, who gives a shit? He's Rich Davis. If he would have even paid like, $9.99, okay, cool. It's still Rich Davis. $15.99, whatever. I think over $30, I would start to question his choices. But come on, dog. It was like $1.99. So,
Daddy Stacks. You know what's funny? I've seen that movie, just like you said. Like my dad used to watch it. I think like that's like the Naked Gun era, like Naked Gun, Police Academy, all those shit started to like brand of the same comedy shit. I don't think I've ever paid for it. I've seen mostly all of them, but definitely on like free TV. Like I don't think I've seen it like on a DVD or VHS. Like it's all
but just like on cable when it's on.
Shit. Yeah, like with commercials. Like I don't think I've actually seen like the full thing from start to finish. Where like I'm like, oh, fucking commercial. Because that's how I used to watch movies back in the day. We were broke.
Well, all of us. I think we all did that shit.
When we were going to rent a movie, like we were not going to fucking rent this Academy. So
yeah, right. Well, especially you go to like Hollywood Video or Blockbuster or whatever, you're gonna rent something that's like new and out, right? Even in like the late '90s, early 2000s, if you're gonna go with your family to rent a movie, you're not gonna go and rent a movie from '84,
Right.
So. But you know what though? This actually got me thinking because they were when they were talking about like old movies and shit, and I started thinking about an old movie that I loved, and dog, I must have been like a senior in high school, and I was telling my sister, she was in like 5th grade or 6th grade or whatever, and I was like, oh, I used to watch this movie Hook. Oh, me and my brother, me and Frank, we used to watch Hook all the time. Rufio, I had all these memories about how badass this movie was because as a kid, we watched it all the time. Me and my brother watched this shit all the time. And what up, Lisa? Let me know, Lisa, if there's any movies that you watched as a kid and then you watched again as an adult that did not translate because for me, dog, Hook was the shit, right? It was the shit. When I was like, I told you, like a junior or senior in high school, I tried to show it to my sister, dog. It was the biggest hunk of shit I had ever seen in my life. And I was just like, oh, man, dog, like it ruined it for me, even in my memories. And there was Matt McCusker. So, Shane Gillis, he does a podcast with Matt McCusker, his homie. And Matt was talking about the same thing about like 40-Year-Old Virgin or something that he watched that he's been telling people for decades, right? This shit's my favorite movie. He said that he watched it recently and he was like, man, this movie's ass. And that's how I felt when I tried to watch Hook from a 2003 perspective or whatever, See, Lisa says she liked Hook. But then again, I was like a junior in high school or something. So maybe if I watched it now, I would like it. But at least for me at the time, wherever I was in my life, I did not dig it. So I was like, this is the biggest hunk of shit. So I might have to go back and watch it again. Because, Doug, we even had the Hook game on Sega Genesis. Like, that's how much we loved it.
I'm trying to think maybe what I can think of. Maybe, I want to say like RoboCop, but only because there was like, if you see it, that shit is weak. Like the graphics is weak. I mean, I like the whole thing about RoboCop, but like if you see RoboCop right now, like the old school one, that shit's like claymation and shit. Like
yeah,
it was all not the actual RoboCop, like the bad robot and all that. But the movie was good. I guess I had to put some thought into it. But can I bag on Rich real quick?
Go ahead. It's what we do best, and I will jump on after this because I have a Rich bag too.
But this is not news. But did you hear when he was talking about when he went to go see Jeff Soup's house? Jeff Soup on the fucking baseball guy.
He might have. I mean, I might have seen it. Or wait.
So he was talking about how he went to his house. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know why he went to his house, but he went to his house. But he said it's like a super fucking. He's like, he was talking about the difference between like basically fuck you money, how like millionaire compared to 100 millionaire. Like this guy's a 100 millionaire kind of guy. So he was saying like, just to get on his house, he had to pass like 3 different gates, and he says like every fucking house was just majestic as fuck, and the view was amazing. But did you hear what Rich did though? Which I feel like you can guess.
No, I can't guess. What did he do?
Well, he said he was there and all that. And he was like, "Oh, this fucking house is amazing," or whatever. So he fucking went and Zillowed it to find out how much it was worth.
I didn't hear that. I
yeah.
Dog, that is just some like. I'm not cool with that, dog. If you do it,
Because he said that before. We've heard that before. Like he Zillows people's houses and shit. And like, I guess it was just an interest. It doesn't bug me. Like if you came to my house, like, well, you're not getting my shit. Not even on Zillow, it's cheap as fuck. But I just thought it was fun. Like fucking rich Zillow boy. Of course, he went to this multi-hundred-billion-million-dollar house, and like the first thing you're like, I wonder how much this house costs, and like looks it up and shit.
that it's so crazy because, dog, I feel like I might think like, damn, this is dope. But I don't know, dog. I don't think I would ever whip out my phone to see how much it actually costs. That's just weird. And it's weird because you did mention he's done it before. And I know they've had the conversation before. But the thing is, I'm like, I don't think I've ever done that. And if you can find an old episode where I'm saying I did, well, forgive me, because I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I would do that. I think I'd be like, damn, like say I could go to your pad, right? And there's freaking I don't know, chandeliers and friggin', you have, midgets, serving you cheese and shit. I'd be like, damn, Louis, this is dope, dog. But I wouldn't be like, this is dope. And then looking it up on Zillow, I don't know. That's just, I don't know, dog. That's just weird.
I want to say hopefully he did it like when he got home. I doubt it. He just like when homie walked away, he's like,
no, but Lisa says even if you did do it, don't admit it. Come on, Rich.
for real. I just thought it was funny. I mean, like you said, that's all good fun. But
no, I wanted to go ahead and call him out on the flip flopping, dog, because okay, like Elmo was like, why can't we root for both, right, dog? Rich was talking so much crap on Fox Sports Radio, then comes back like literally the next morning. And was like, you know what? I think I want the Spurs to win, dog. And then I know Rich plays into it, to be the
Cherry.
What is it? What is it, like the bad guy in a movie? He tries to be the
protagonist, the antagonist.
I don't know, dog. Whatever. He was like trying to play more into it after he had already, like, after he was serious, because in the beginning he was like, well, because like Sarah's from there, and so like I'm basically from there, and I was just like, oh my goodness, Rich, just be like I don't know, fuck, I changed my mind, like I'm sorry, but I think even though they would have still talked shit, because who does that, dog? It's like, and he was like, well, you said when you're watching a fight, you pick somebody in this and this, and I'm like, dog, what you do is you watch a fight. And say you're not invested in anybody, right? But say the fight goes on a little bit and you're like, all right, dog, I'm going to pick the black dude, right? And then you kind of root for him the rest of it, right? Rich had already said Knicks. And then like 1 or 2 games in, he was like, I'm going to switch to the Spurs. But I'm like, dog, that wasn't the point of you pick somebody when you're watching a fight. When you pick somebody when you're watching a fight, whoever you pick, you stick with them. You don't say, oh, you know what, dog, I want Michael Chandler to win this. And then later be like, during round 4, oh, I want Hoofy to win. No, dog, you're just like, you still root for Chandler? And he's getting his ass beat? Oh, how much cooler would this be? Now he's getting his ass beat, but that would be so cool if he came back and won. You don't go, well, now Hoofy's winning, dog. I want him to knock out Chandler. Like, who does that? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Lisa said, I always say I hope both teams have fun. Elmo is a copycat. Oh, so Elmo is copying Lisa. I don't, yeah, come on, Elmo. I don't know, man, but a lot of things going on. I have right here, Rich Flops was on one of my notes. Police Academy was on mine. You know what's funny? They were talking about maybe movies that ruined a song or something, right? Something that came out and you just think of that now. You don't even think of the actual song. So the one for me, Doug, it's so funny and it's such like a 3-second part of the 40-Year-Old Virgin, but Word Up, where, dog, they have him like he's like at home doing karaoke by himself or whatever, and they cut to him and he's like, baby, what's the word? Or he's like, hey, pretty baby, across the world or whatever, and he's like walking across in his living room. Dog, I can't ever hear Word Up. I know Korn did a pretty cool version of it. Have you ever heard the Korn version of Word Up? It was dope. So Doug, there's a screw back here that's fucking pissed me off, and I'm trying to unscrew it while I'm talking to you. But Korn did a pretty dope version of Word Up. And so even though I'm like, Korn did a cool version, I'm like, the song was big back in the day. Every time I hear it now, Doug, I think of the 40-year-old virgin and Steve Carell. Hey, pretty mama, or whatever, dog. It's just, I can't. So what I have for you is there any song that is kind of ruined for a movie, whether you hated the song or loved it, or the movie you loved it or hated it, just one that was never the same after you watched it?
Trying to think. I wrote that down, but I didn't put too much thought in it. It's funny because I had the same idea, but I had a lot of the ones that they said, probably because those are like big name ones.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I want to say there was a couple on Austin Powers, but I think those were either made up songs.
No, like, Doug, like, do you remember Austin Powers is, like you said they were probably like made up or whatever, but Daddy,
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't there.
That's the real one.
I had to take me to the
One
fair.
He was like, somebody was singing or something, then he was like, ladies and gentlemen, like, and it's the actual like piano guy who's playing the piano shit. But
I don't remember that. And yeah, and to me, Doug, Austin Powers, all the movies kind of mushed together for me like Friday. Like, was that Friday or next Friday or Friday after next? To me, it's all like the whole franchise is kind of together. But I don't know, Doug. I know. Let me see. Cavino.
Did they talk about Grandma's Boy? I think they did.
No, I don't think they did, because I was a huge fan of that movie, but I don't remember them talking about it. I feel like I would have remembered.
That one lady sings the Salt and Pepper song. Salt and Pepper's here. I mean, it was kind of a hot scene, if you ask me. She was the one who played Velma in She's the Boss. Sorry, I should have got my facts together. She was the boss in Grandma's Boy. She played Velma and Scooby-Doo. But she sings Salt and Pepper on Grandma's Boy, and she's all faded, and she's Salt and Pepper's here. Like, I don't know if she ruined the song, but that stands out because she was all.
But that's what you think of now, right? When you hear that song.
For sure.
But I think that was kind of where they were going, is like, not really ruined a song, but I guess quote unquote ruined it, because that's all you can think of now, right? So now you hear that, or even like, was it on Bruce Almighty, where freaking Jim Carrey, the whole song is the whole movie is trying to learn, I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend, and then he runs and grabs his guitar when like whoever, like the fat Mexican dude is gonna jump off or whatever, and he's like telling him to like come in, so he runs and grabs his guitar and he starts playing it, like that. I guess that kind of shit, you know.
Linda Cardellini.
Oh, Linda Cardellini, I love her. That was freaking that was Lindsay Weir on Freaks and Geeks, and she was actually in a series recently, I think with Christina Applegate, on Netflix recently. So I always loved Linda Cardellini. She also played Lauren on Boy Meets World, and she was the one that almost broke up Corey and Topanga. So you know, I was all about that, because Boy Meets World was my shit when I was a kid. But Doug, there was
She was Velma, right? Scooby Doo. Like the original.
She might have been. I don't remember. It could have been. But I wanted to get to, we had somebody approach us and was like, hey, it was Carl Reinhardt. And the reason why I say that is because he sent us a video. He said he said he needed some help from us. And I was like, all right, cool. What do you need help with? And he was like, fashion. I mean, Luis is more fashionable than me. I'm the fat guy that wears black t-shirts and black hats all the time. Well, today I got my hat that Luis got me. Thank you. But he wanted to kind of show us some things, and then he had a couple of pictures that he sent. So I'm going to play a quick video and see if, well, it's almost a 2-minute video, so hang tight. Let's go ahead and see what we can actually play.
Hey, what's up, peeps? Carl here. I got a quick question, a fashion question. It's kind of out of my wheelhouse. So let's start off by this. This is kind of my normal every day. This is what I wear to work. These are some new boots that I just got. I'm trying. Gonna buy from a guy. But so this is my normal.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I have a question real quick. So he said these are some boots that I'm trying, that I'm gonna buy from a guy. So he let you like try them out, like you fucking take a car for a test drive. Like Dog, if you get your fucking big ass feet in my shoes, those are now your shoes. I'm not gonna say, all right, dog. You know what? You like them? Bring them back. Bring me. Oh no, I don't want your fucking toe fungus in my fucking shoes, dog. A quick observation. Let's go back.
Footwear. These are my work boots. That's another pair. These are both whites. That's a pair of custom Tony Llamas that I bought off of eBay. It's a pair of Ariat Benchmades. This is normally what I wear for like summer footwear. I've got my new Hey Dudes. These are my walking shoes, but I want to step up my game a little bit in a tennis shoe. Now, should I go for something like a leather Chuck Taylor or a Goral, something along that line? Should I find like a SB Dunk and like a mid? I do like that style. Regular Converse are a little bit narrow, but I usually wear, you know, stuff like this. These are that's my Ariats, but these are my salvage denim jeans. I don't know if any of you guys are denim heads or not, but there's a belt I just made myself. There's my cologne obsession. Got way too many, but just curious what you guys think, man. Gonna be going on vacation here in a couple weeks, and want to kind of change up my foot game a little bit, and just wondering what you guys think.
All right, so there was a video that you guys got to see, and then he sent us a couple of options that he had. The very first ones that I'm gonna pull up are, it looks like leather Chucks. Let's see what else he has. Let me see. Leather Chucks. Oh, I think this is a different view of the leather Chucks. Those look pretty cool. And these are Goral. I don't know what the hell that means, but it looks like there's a British flag in there. And then he sent a picture. Oh, wait, how do I do this shit? He sent a picture, if I can actually go here. A picture of the boots that he's wearing. I think the boots that he's wearing right now with the shorts are pretty cool. But I don't know, dog. If I was gonna go Chucks or the Goral, is that what they're called? I would probably go with those Gorals, because I feel like with the Chucks, dog, with the Chucks is gonna be way too casual. With these Goral ones, it looks like you can do either or. You can probably put a nice pant with these, and then like a nice button up or some shit, and go to dinner. And then, but if you have those Chucks, they might be a little too casual. And the fact that they keep the Chucks look and their leather is a little fucking weird to me. I don't know if I would go Chucks. Luis, what's your opinion?
Oh, just a couple like how what I would suggest or what I think first. Like if I'm in this scenario, and I don't know if we have all the answers, but it's like, where are you going on vacation, bro? Like, you know, if you're going to the fucking beach or something, like I don't, you know, I mean, I might change my options. You know what I mean? If you're just going on like somewhere where it doesn't matter, like your shoe game matters to where you're going too. Like I would say, like I'm going on vacation in Mexico, bro. I take my shit shoes. Like I'm not taking no nice shoes and shit. Like they're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna get wet. They're gonna get muddy. If I'm going to the beach, you know, I take a little different. But
you might get robbed. Is like, depending on what part of Mexico.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Are you going for comfort, you know, or is it casual, or are you trying to impress? Because sometimes nice shoes fucking are comfortable as fuck. You know what I mean? So if you're just going to dinner for a little bit and you're gonna rock them and then you take them off, that's all right. But I'm okay like with the leather look, especially that seems to be his vibe and stuff. Maybe too clashing, but they make like cool. I have Vans that are like comfortable Vans that are like made out of leather and shit. They're like nicer and they look good. And I also heard him mention like his foot's wide. I have the same problem, so I usually just get like, at least on nicer shoes, they have like the wide or triple wide option or double wide, so that, you know, obviously if you have a wider foot, it helps you fucking make sure you be comfortable.
Dog, I just want to know who the fuck is mine triple wide. Dog, I didn't even know there was double wide. I've heard of wide, but I didn't know people have bought wide shoes since like fucking 97. I didn't know people. I guess I didn't know people were still buying them like that.
I think anything like mainly for like the blue collar guys like you myself. Like I seen those boots he has, those whites. Those are like $300-$400 boots, bro. They're like they're
Oh
really.
wait, did you say whites?
Those are the ones he showed on the video. They're the black ones. Those are the boots are called whites. Those are like work boots.
Wait,
I'm sure they're steel
Is it
toe.
WHITE or WIDE?
I don't know, but they're called whites. And those come because they're work boots, so you can get them like custom tailored. Well, they'll go measure your foot and all that shit, and they basically make them for your foot because you're wearing them 12, 14 hours a day. So that's how I knew I was white too, because I would wear work boots and my fucking feet were killing me. And I finally went to like a shoe guy and he measured me like, oh, bro, you're fucking. I'm like, fuck. So I didn't get custom, but now every time I get work boots specifically,
You get them wide.
yep, not double wide, just wide. So I think like EE or like DD or whatever. Sometimes if you see I don't know if it's EE, I think. If you see a size, it'll be like 12 EE or 12 EE or 12 triple D, I think. Because I got guys, bro, I got a couple fools working. I mean, this was that size 14 E, 14, 16 double E. Like, they got fucking payaso feet, bro. Like,
Hey,
that shit's
I wear a
crazy.
13.
These are
dog.
big ass, man. Oh, my bad, fool.
I'm like, I wear a 13, but I
14E.
don't wear E, dog. Like they're just normal 13. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, bro, I
though.
would go with the leather looking, like those. Fuck, I don't have the picture for me. I think it was the second one.
They're called Goral. So the ones that weren't the
Yeah.
Chucks, right?
Yeah, yep.
I think those are pretty dope. I was just oh, you can't see it right there. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but you can't see it on the what we're sharing. But yeah, I think I dig those. So Carl, I mean, whatever for what it's worth, I like the Goral ones. Those are dope. Let me look at the Chucks one more time. Yeah, the Chucks are cool, dog, but I just feel like I dig the Goral ones way more. And I like Chucks. I mean, I fuck with Chucks. I used to have these Chucks, dog, that were like a smoke gray and almost like a boot, and they had a zipper on the side of them. And they were fucking bad, dog. They were bad. So I like Chucks, but if I have a choice between these two, I'd go with the Goral. And if I'm saying that incorrectly, forgive me, but I never heard of this brand before because I don't venture very far from like Nike and fucking shit like that.
Oh, also, Doc Martens. Like I have a bunch of Doc Martens. They kind of got the same leather vibe. They make short tops, low tops, mediums, and shit. And you can get a lot of the same kind of what you got going on here. I don't know about you, but I love me some Doc Martens. They look fresh. They feel good. You got to break them in. I take them to the shoe guy to break mine in the shoehorn and all that shit. But just makes your life a little easier.
Yeah, no, I've never gone to a shoe guy like that. But it sounds like you're in a completely different world because I know Reinhardt. He works on railroads and shit, and not on railroads. He's an engineer, but that kind of blue collar shit, like you're saying, when you're going to be in work boots for 14 hours a day, you do want to go to a dude that's going to sit here and measure your tootsies and shit, So that, I mean, I get that, but for me, dog, I have a pair of black boots that they're fucking bad. They're but I wear them to work and I'm fucking sitting on my ass all day at work, So like me, I'm like, I'll even kick them off sometimes and just be kicking in my office. Like, and then I have sneakers. I'm like, and then I have some like actual work boots that are like boots, but they're fucking still off of like the Walmart fucking, shelf. So it's not like again, I'm not the person to ask when it comes to fashion, dog. But you got some good insight from Luis because he's a blue collar dude like yourself. Blue collar boys for life.
Interesting.
Blue collar boys for life. And yeah, man. So hopefully we helped you out a little bit. I don't know if we made it better or worse or whatever, but I appreciate you. And again, Carl, thank you for sending the video and pictures and stuff because I had somebody hit me up the other day. Andrew Fournier was like, hey, dude, he was like, I know you mentioned that we could send videos or whatever. He was like, I'm not really sure, like, how to do that. Do you want it in like a video that we send to you directly, email or what? So if you guys have a clip from the show or something that you want us to break down, feel free to, screen record something and send it to us or even give us like a timestamp and I'll cut it down and we'll go ahead and check that out for you guys. So let us know if there's anything like that you want us to do, talk about or whatever. We're always down.
Yeah, and thanks for trusting in us and bringing it up to us. I know some people are weird about it, whatever. And thanks for giving us something to talk about and being open willing to be vulnerable and shit. So
I
hopefully, let us know what you decide, and I guess I'm invested now.
yeah, we got to have a follow up, right?
Post it. Yeah.
But yeah, I know, Doug, I actually have to dip out in like 9 minutes, so I got to leave like 10 minutes early today. What else is there that went on that you wanted to talk about?
They were talking about, I don't know what it was, but was it like memes or videos or like sayings? Because I wrote a bunch of shit down about, like, they were talking about Balloon Boy and the alien in Vegas guy, and I like, maybe it was like little memes that stand out to you.
I think.
Because then they were talking about dead getaway and like all.
I think they were talking about kind of like viral moments that we were kind of there for, because everybody had that moment where like, oh, I was listening to Howard when the towers hit, or I was, this or that. Because so there's like a bunch of things that have happened during the tenure of their show, right? So basically Balloon Boy was one that was happening kind of in real time. They found out that Betty White died literally on the air.
That was another one.
And
that was Spot, so sad. Spot was so sad.
Spot kind of like lost it and it went viral.
Yeah.
So things like that have happened. I don't know, Doug. What are some things that
Rich with Balloon Boy was so fucking funny. He was all fucking sad about it.
It's
shit.
funny now.
Falls for anything. Yeah, for sure. At the time, it was like, oh fuck.
But it's funny, dog. It's like, it's funny now, but it is kind of funny how concerned Rich was. There's a boy in that balloon. Like,
how are they gonna get him down? Like, what's going? Like, it was like,
again, it's only funny now because we know it's a bunch of bullshit. But
yeah,
I'm trying to think of some other things. I remember the dead giveaway. Spot was actually like on vacation or some shit, and when he came back, he had kind of missed the whole story and everything, and it kind of didn't hit the same when, I knew something was wrong when a pretty little white girl come into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway, and Spot came back and was kind of like, what?
I wonder if the back of Terry was that happening when they were. Was that before?
Back it up, Terry. I don't know. I love
that one. I like Turtles as another one too.
Well, I like Turtles, dog. I still drop that. Usually, okay. Here's a little inside baseball, because one time Andrew Sims hit me up, and he was like, "Does that mean you're bored?" Because sometimes if they have a conversation and they're going on too long, or if I'm just not interested, dog, and I'm like, I find myself zoning out, I'll just write in the chat, I like turtles. So if you ever see I like turtles, dog, just know that was me going, I'm fucking bored with this. I seem to
another one that was crazy, that I know you gotta wrap it up here, but when Rich was talking about like Excel, and he's like how he's not savvy with that shit.
Yeah.
Like I use Excel for a lot for work and stuff, but even before I like dabbled into that, like I don't think it's that complex to just do the basics. Like the shit that he was talking about, like just to put a roster together, like that is pretty fucking copy and paste. You seen how easy fucking Spot did it with ChatGPT, and like even how Spot explained it and how he did it. If you didn't know what the fuck you were doing and you just follow what Spot did, I think you could do what Rich was saying. And the fact that he was like, oh, that's too fucking hard, or server has to do it. I'm like, bro, you're this fucking, you're pretty smart, you're pretty talented. Like, if you just put some time and effort to it, and not even that fucking long. It took Spot 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to do it. I hate relying on people, like, especially for something that simple. I'm like, I'll go fucking figure it out. I'll go YouTube it, I'll go Google it. Fucking before I look it up in a fucking, not a dictionary, Webster's and shit, encyclopedia. Like, I'd be like, oh, get away from my shit because I don't know how to build a roster. So the fact that he was like, I don't want to fuck with it. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, it reminded me of they don't have any blue collar skills and apparently no fucking Excel skills.
You know what though?
Do you dabble much with that?
Oh, I do a lot of shit, dog. A lot of my job is on a computer and shit, dog. And even like, dog. So with my position, there's people have to submit applications to do shit, right? So like if they want to do a new, say, event, they have to submit an application. The way the process was right now is it would get to me in like a spreadsheet, and it was fucking ugly. It was whack. So what I did was, dog, I used Microsoft Power Automate. All right. And dog, I made it so they fill out the application. It goes through this automation process, gets filled out in a PDF, sends them an email and another person that they can list an email. Thank you for your submission. It sends me an email with the copy of the PDF that's filled out, and all I got to do is review it and then send it to the next person for approval. So I'm not the person to ask about this, dog. I do shit.
No, yeah,
like so, and that was a process that I figured out. That I literally so my department has to have like a number of projects a year, right? And I didn't even think this was going to be like one of those projects. And I was talking to the lady from OCI, the Office of Continuous Improvement, and she was like, "Oh, we could turn this into like an A3 project." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like this was just something I was doing, and so things like that, dog. I love automation and just like Spot said, he's doing like a lot of coding and shit in the background and things like that. Again, like you mentioned, it could have taken Rich like 5 minutes to do it. Even dog with now, like with ChatGPT, Claude, all these, dog, you can literally talk to it. He could have been holding the roster and been like, create a roster for a little league team or whatever, and player number 1 or player like jersey number 6. John Tompkins, right? Kid number 17, Billy Hawthorne, right? And dog, and it could have literally mapped out and spit out a fucking Excel sheet for him. So like, there's no excuse, especially when you can talk to it. You don't even got to type into it, dog. You could literally open like, dog, I use fucking like ChatGPT. I gave my dude like a little name, and I call him like Jamal or some shit. And I'll be like, "Hey, Jamal, can you help me out?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up, Daniel?" You know, like, hey, Doug, you can just fucking literally talk to it and not even have to type anything in. So I trip out, like what you said. It's something that he's pretty fucking savvy, right? He's a radio guy, right? So I don't know, Doug. It just when somebody doesn't or can't figure shit out.
Initiative or no wherewithal, you know what I mean?
It's just, I don't get it. But I do have to thank Rich because he bought a little PA system. It's like 1800 watts, has like a microphone or a couple of microphones or whatever. And he said he used it. It was like $350 or something, and got to use it for like some event or whatever he needed. And I was like, Doug, that thing's cool. I'm like, I might want to pick one of those up. And he said it worked out fine. He had no problems, whatever. So from Amazon, like $350, and you have like a little system. I really, I want to thank him for that because he showed the actual one that he bought. And if I know he's had a good experience with it, you can read reviews online, but dog, sometimes people, you know, have automated bots to do the reviews, and, you know, they could be paid to do reviews or whatever. But somebody that you actually know that has been around, you know, entertainment for fucking 35 years, it's kind of cool to get a first, you know, real life review from him. Like, oh no, this is pretty cool. I liked it. And now I'm like, you know, I might pick it up. So word of mouth, you know?
At least ask ChatGPT how to use ChatGPT.
Exactly, right? Lisa, you can literally talk to it and be like,
yeah,
I want to learn how to use ChatGPT. And it'll be like, okay, Lisa, what would you like to learn? I don't know. You tell them whatever. And then it'll be like, okay, we can start here. And that's if you want to do the speaking to it version.
Oh yeah.
But you can actually type in and shit and be like, you know, create a chart of, you know, a laundry schedule for me and Mike and whatever. Boom. It shoots out some crazy shit for you. So Lisa, literally, like if you don't know where to start, tell ChatGPT that. My name's Lisa. I don't know where to start. You know, I'm 35 years old and I'm married. Where do I start? Hey, Lisa, you know, I see that you're entering, you know, about to be 40. You might want to start with blah, 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 right? It'll just go ahead and tell you. Literally, it'll guide you. It'll ask you questions. It'll just... awesome. And not just ChatGPT, Meta AI, freaking Claude, any of that. So just go ahead and learn it because... I love it, Doug. I love it.
I know you got to roll, bro. If you want to wrap it up.
I do. We do got to wrap it up, Doug. I got to go right now. Drive out to my wife's gym, pick up my daughter, take her to dance, and then get all that done in the next like 30 minutes. She has to be at dance. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But episode number 342, we thank you guys again. After Show BL across all social media. Yeah, man, I thank Luis again. I don't know how the game's going right now. Earlier it was 2-1. What's the score right now?
We just tied it 3-3.
All right. And Vegas is up in the series, so good for them. So, might be 3-1 after tonight. So the after show, but later, episode number 342. It's your boys D, Luis Cortez Jr. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip.